Patrick Mahomes was #1 in ESPN's annual quarterback ranking, but maybe in a surprise to some, Joe Burrow was #2. Keyshawn Johnson, is Burrow the second-best quarterback in the NFL?
You know, he's not the second-best quarterback in the NFL. Second-best quarterback in the National Football League is Lamar Jackson. Despite what you may think about his performance in the AFC Championship game, he's the second-best quarterback. He's the dual threat. He's the guy, in my opinion, at the quarterback position was doing the most with the least amount. I mean, he had a young Flowers at the receiver position. Outside of that, everybody else was barely can move. I mean, he lost to Mark Andrews most of the season, came back in the playoffs, but he didn't become Mark Andrews. The running game was somewhat suspect. Now he gets Derrick Henry. But beside that, when you look at this ranking, Patrick Mahomes, clear cut. Joe Burrow gets the benefit of the doubt because he beat Patrick Mahomes. So they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt to put him at 2. They're not going to look at the fact that he's not on the field as much as you would like. He's been in and out of the lineup throughout his career. He did go to the Super Bowl in the one year that he did beat Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is yet to get there. He has 2 MVPs, regular season MVPs to show for it, though. So when you start looking at the list, you know, a lot of times when these guys are looking at lists, they're judging based on what they like. You know, I like the quarterback because he's big and strong and tall in the pocket. I don't really like that guy running around, Billy. That's just not what we want anymore. And they get the...
Was that your... yeah.
But that's how they talk.
I know.
You know, so when you look at it, for me, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Lamar, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. That would be my top 10.
Okay.
That would be my top 10.
Okay.
Oh, wait, say that again. You said
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
okay,
Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, and Jared Goff. I don't have CJ. I can't put Love and CJ on there.
I'm surprised you put Josh Allen in your top.
Yeah,
Josh Allen is 6. Josh Allen can play.
Well, you always
he
rip
got
him.
the
No, I don't rip him. I tell the truth.
Okay.
He's a turnover freaking machine.
He is.
Okay?
And hasn't done enough in the postseason.
Hasn't done enough in the postseason.
But
But if I'm looking at him and he's a big old, just crazy, I can rip it through I can pierce that thing through the wind, that's Josh Allen.
I'm in the same boat with you, Key, with Lamar. Yeah, I know Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, all those things you said. But this is how I look at my quarterback. If I had my life on the line, I needed an 80-yard drive from the 20. Who you going with? I got to go with the guy who could do more. You know, the guy who can pass, who can run, who can get the yardage downfield, Skip. I mean, Lamar, look what he's done over the years. I mean, 6-1 QB record, 2018, 13-2, 2019 lost in divisional round to Titans, and so on. And even this last year, where they were Super Bowl favorites, yeah, but he still got them to the AFC Championship game. So, I mean, his resume speaks for itself. 2 MVPs.
At home.
Yeah, at home, that's tough.
You can look at it a lot of ways, though.
Yeah, that's tough to lose at home in the playoffs to go to the championship. But, I mean, he was a landslide for MVP this year. I mean, I don't think it was relatively close. When I look at it, Mahomes didn't have the regular season. And I've been waiting for Josh Allen to somehow get into the MVP talks because before the season, he's been preseason favorite to win MVP. And then every year, by the time we get to the middle of the season, he's not even in the MVP talks anymore. And so, but I would actually put Joe Burrow 4th behind Allen. I like Allen that much.
Okay.
I like the tools. I actually like him, even though he hasn't lived up to expectations. I believe he should be, because I put him at a higher standard than a lot of these other guys.
I'm going to re-ask my question. Is Joe Burrow the second-best quarterback in the National Football League? No, he's not.
No.
He's the best quarterback in the National Football League, but he cannot stay healthy. I can't defend the health part of it, but when he's right, he's even righter than Patrick Mahomes. And through his first 4 seasons, he did set the all-time completion percentage record at 68% for a quarterback in his first 4 years. So I'm going to read you a couple of quick quotes. anonymous, Keyshawn's favorite, but this is from a veteran NFC offensive coach on Joe Burrow. Baller, release, decision-making, tough as nails, one play away from already having a ring, and young, so the injury not as concerning. Final quote comes from an NFL executive. Burrow is still probably the most consistent of all these guys, a pure thrower who's in complete control of the offense and comes up big in big moments. That's the guy I know. The guy I watched last year, what was the date here? It was October 29th at San Francisco against the same defense Mahomes faced in the Super Bowl, but it was at their place. Joe Burrow played the best quarterback game I saw all regular season long because he was 28 of 32 for 283, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran it 6 times for 43 yards because he can truck a little bit. When he gets loose, he can get loose. That was 7.2 yards per carry. The point is, then they had won 4 straight, and he tears some ligament in his throwing wrist. I'd never even heard of that injury for a quarterback, but it happened.
Yeah.
And again, you got me, Keyshawn, if we're talking about health because Patrick has stayed much healthier. But when they go head-to-head,
Patrick missed a game.
he gets knick-knack beat up. He's got some hamstring. I don't think he has either. And knock on wood for him. God bless him. He's going LeBron-esque. You know, he's starting to do that Iron Man thing. And that is gold. That is, and so I can't defend Joe on that. But when he's right, he's a little righter than Patrick. And I'm going to say this again. The first 3 Super Bowls Patrick played in were not sensational to me.
What did he do? You said he did what in him? He played.
Played.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Skip. I just wanted
The first one, they're down 20-10, and he throws a late third-quarter pick and an early fourth-quarter pick, still down 20-10. And then the second one, he was just a disaster against Tom Brady. He didn't have an offensive line, blah, 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 but he was a disaster.
no ankle and no offensive line.
Okay.
But go ahead, Skip.
And then the third time against Jalen Hurts, that defense that even Dak Prescott had torched, he threw for 182 in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes did, but they won the Super Bowl.
At the end of the day, Big Red, his coach, was standing there holding the trophy.
He
with Patrick Mahomes,
was.
holding his baby with the ear.
Yeah.
So it
And
happens.
again, it went to overtime against San Francisco, and I give it up to you because
overtime.
Patrick Mahomes was really, really good in overtime with his arm and his legs.
let's go get
He
this.
went and said, we're going to go get this from young Brock Purdy, who missed a couple of plays, or maybe they would be the defending champ.
So, Skip, Anonymous Scout says here, Lamar Jackson last year, the AFC Championship game, Anonymous Scout says if Zay Flowers holds on to the ball and they score,
Agreed.
different game. That's what the Anonymous Scout just told
No,
me.
but it's true. And I'm a big Lamar believer.
I know, but Anonymous Scout.
Okay.
Please.
Get that out of here.
Okay, finally today, Team USA, you can watch it right here on FS1, favored by 20.5
I got
against
25.
Australia. That's next on